It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show, sponsored by Kia.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. Welcome, everybody. We have the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great, in some minds, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder at Chesapeake Energy Arena. And for Oklahoma City, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. Everybody's heard the story of Eric Spoelstra, how he got his start with the Heat, rising up through the organization. He's shown that he is a very capable head coach. Got the ring to prove it.
Got the ring to prove it. I'm going to give you a stat that you probably wouldn't even think of.
What?
He's the second longest tenured coach in the NBA.
How about that?
I would never think that. A young guy, he's been there. That's telling you the state of the league as well, but very detail-oriented.
From video coordinator
to
championship-winning coach.
Question.
You know, his story is not really, it's impressive, but not really that impressive when you talk about all the other historic coaches. But being a 2-time champion, that puts him in an elite company as far as coaches go.
You don't like his story?
I do, but, some coaches started here, started there, started there. His story is more of a Hoosier story.
Okay. That was a great story, too, though.
Yeah. Time now for tip-off. Kevin Harlan will have the call, and we will see you later.
From the plains of Oklahoma, welcome high above downtown Oklahoma City. It's an interconference contest here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, as the Thunder play one at home. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And for the Heat right now, they're focused on getting off to a good start on this road trip. They just haven't been able to buy a break lately. 5 of their last 6 games have been losses.
Well, Kevin, I tell you, this stretch of games for this team has been difficult. That's a big part of the reason why they struggle. I mean, you're facing some of the best teams in our league, and those kinds of teams, they can make it tough on you.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, the Heat has a hard-nosed ethic that stays constant even as the roster changes. Coach Eric Spoelstra said it's a relentless competitiveness to do whatever it takes to win. You have to develop that mentality. This is and forever will be who we are. There will always be blanks in this Miami Heat jersey. I'll let you fill in the blanks, Kevin.
They don't back down, David. Thank you. Brent, as we move to the middle of the season, how do coaches shift in how they prepare for games?
Well, now we're talking about, Kevin, chapter 6, 7, and 8 of the playbook. You're able to go a little bit deeper.
Yes.
You're able to start establishing new sets, and then maybe some of the wrinkles on the old sets that you started the season with. This gives you great confidence and a great challenge mentally for teams to stick with it.
Keeping it fresh for a coach, one of the main things they've got to do during a long season like this.
Well, it really helps the players' mentality to hear different words from the coaches throughout the course of the NBA season.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Heat, Dragic is out there with Wayne Ellington. Then it's Winslow, then there's Whiteside, and it's McRoberts in at the power forward position. On defense, Miami. They come into this one following a loss to the
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Sabonis with the bucket. Sabonis has got his first points in this one.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big-time play on both ends.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
To the middle. And that one is stuffed right through.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court. and explosive.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
There's the double team with Westbrook. Westbrook with the steal. And here we go. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, not only have they been the aggressors, their early execution has been off the charts.
On offense, here are the Heat. A 12-point game. Last time they met was in Miami.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
Yeah, they had a few important guys sitting there on the bench at a time when they really could have used them on the floor. They have to play much more in control here tonight.
Well, Thunder have gotten off to a tremendous start. 7-7 here in the first quarter.
Well, Dragic is very good with the basketball, but it seems like he's even better after he gets pressured. He does not dribble himself all that often into situations he can't find his way out of, either with the bounce or with the pass.
And now the fast break. Westbrook at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
You got your scorecard out, Kevin. That might be a 50, or are we going 100 or 1,000? Westbrook with a unique combination of power and athleticism.
Now, here's Ellington. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. No problems knocking that one down. That's 10 points for Russell Westbrook.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Dragic against Westbrook, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook.
So a moment now to see the story on Goran Dragic. He's really stood out for them over the past month. He's putting up about 21 points per, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
There's the steal, and pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
And for most teams, that's where the high percentages are. No reason to take a tough shot if you can bull your way into an easy one.
So it's Miami now, following the score by Oklahoma City. Whiteside kicks to Winslow. Ellington from outside. The rebound by Grant. The Thunder leading by 16. Here's Roberson. Tries again. Westbrook missing again.
It looked like he was in rhythm to shoot that one, guys, especially as open as he was. Just clanged it.
Dragic dishes to Whiteside. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, he makes the big bucks because he's expected to knock those shots down. The D was there, but that's no excuse. He has to hit those shots.
The Heat trail by 16. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
They get a hand on it. There's 1:47 left to play in the first quarter.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Yeah, it looks like the makings of a blowout here, but their task now is to maintain this level of effect.
I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we want it more than them. Now let's stay sharp and finish strong.
The Oklahoma City Thunder. Not a big presence in the box to score, but when you watch him play with his team, he's willing to sacrifice his body, set hard screens, and be a presence on the interior.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. And a new group in for the Heat. Willie Reed, he's checked in for Josh McRoberts. Derek Williams comes in for Justice Winslow. Richardson, he's checked in for Wayne Ellington. And it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. 1:44 left to play in the first quarter. And thinking again on Adams, the scoring isn't what makes him valuable, Brandon. It's his defense and his solid screen setting.
Well, I think it's his idea that the role that he has is something that he's very comfortable with, and he wants to be successful at doing it. He doesn't hurt the team by getting out of his comfort zone. Aggressive to the hole. He powered it down with authority. Way to go, big man.
Johnson kicks to Richardson. Back to Johnson. Whiteside with it. Singler covering. Miami no good on that time either. The Thunder leading by 20. Here's Morrow. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Now here's Johnson. Defense right on him. Reed the pass to Whiteside to stop the run. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Shot from 16. Here's Laverne, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And even though he only comes in at 220 pounds, Laverne uses outstanding footwork and toughness when it comes to rebounding.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And the Heat making some trades last season to get underneath that luxury tax threshold. They reset the clock on the dreaded repeater tax, which absolutely hammers teams for being over the tax for consecutive years.
And Brent, as you look at how the Heat have moved to get under the cap, and even with the tax ramifications, they brought in Joe Johnson. It's become a big consideration for teams.
Well, there's no doubt that the penalty with regards to the tax doubling up and sometimes tripling up what it is that franchises will pay for going over that luxury threshold is affecting the decision-making of the general managers around the league. But this huge boost in salary cap space, Kevin, that's going to raise some eyebrows as well.
No good on the second free throw. The Thunder leading by 23. Kristen, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Johnson outside. There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Again, the miss by the Heat. Here's Singler, and that one is hammered home.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Case tonight of a game where a team does everything right. Fluid offense, lockdown defense. It's the kind of game you wish you could play every night.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. Oklahoma City out in front, running away with it. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively.
Just getting to the basket more, being able to finish with the defender in front of me. I think getting to the line a lot more as well. I think, getting to the line and finishing at the basket.
2 huge improvements for him. Greg, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken a big leap forward, and there's plenty more room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra pass throughout that first quarter.
Yeah, swinging the ball around until they get a great look. That's how you pile up the assist totals and keep your coach happy.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Josh McRoberts out there with Williams. Then it's Reed. Then it's Johnson. Brent, you had the chance to play under Coach Greg Popovich during your 4 seasons with the Spurs. Aside from the obvious accolades and plaudits, what stands out to you about him as a coach?
the one thing about Pop that stands out, Kevin, is the simple fact that the rhythm of the season is something that he has a tremendous amount of control over.
Had great feel for it.
There's no doubt about it. Pop is so good about understanding the feelings and the emotions attached to the game. And on top of that, the priority with which the game should have in your life. And that's the kind of player that they're looking for. They understand that the player has to understand the job, his accountability to his teammates, the role that he's asked to play, and then lastly, just how important basketball is in the grand scheme of things.
Reed dishes to Williams. Singler with the rebound.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Singler's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Got a piece of it. Back to Johnson. He tries for 3. Mick Roberts misses. Thunder have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Miami Heat is still relevant in the East. The team made some excellent roster moves to bring in new talent after losing LeBron James to Cleveland a couple of years ago. Coach Spoelstra said, how many teams, if you lose the best player in the game, can have a compelling team 13 months later? You know, Kevin, in Miami, they don't stay down for long.
Thank you, D.A. A championship-caliber organization from the top down. The Heat have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Pass to Reed. Fires the 3. That one, no good. And the Thunder going the other way now. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Yeah, impressive total production here for a team playing in a hostile environment on the road. They looked awfully comfortable.
And McRoberts kicks to Johnson. Another miss by Johnson. The Thunder have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far.
Well, you look at head coach Eric Spoelstra, the first word that comes to mind is meticulous. He started at the bottom. Now he's here. He used to fetch laundry and walk the coach's dogs. Not doing that anymore. Now one of the most respected coaches in the league. To see how far he's come from the film room to the hardwood, you just have to credit remarkable work ethic.
Now that's how we play the game. Bring it in. Let's go. Hey, we're in great shape, fellas. Now, no matter how much we go up, we need to keep that same winning mentality. Do not give them any life out there. Understood? We got this.
It's not going anywhere, and neither is Eric Spoelstra.
Both teams will make substitutions. Let's now pause to take a look at the scoring breakdown between the front and back court of tonight's contests for the Thunder. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
And you look at Russell Westbrook, definitely an MVP caliber player. And I recall some eyebrows being raised when he was selected by the Seattle Sonics, the 4th overall pick back in 2008. Clearly the franchise knew what they were doing.
And, Brent, you won the dunk contest back in '96. You've got to think Russell Westbrook could have won it, too, if he wanted.
Are you saying over me, Kevin?
Yeah.
There are a lot of guys who could have won it over me. Yeah, he's a big-time game dunker, and I loved his quote. He said, I dunk on people. That's what makes his dunk so special, the ferocity with which he attacks the rim.
Both free throws good from Westbrook.
And the former college defensive player of the year in his conference. Few knew that Westbrook would reach such elite scoring at the pro level.
Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. Whiteside a screen. The kick out to Dragic. Off target from three-point range.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
He gets that one. 14 points for Russell Westbrook.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Yep, wanted to put another nail in the coffin and using those hands as a hammer.
Jumps up, and the dunk by Grant.
The awareness of Russell Westbrook to locate the open man and deliver a strike, something he's developing.
Dragic with it. Westbrook picks him up. Here's Whiteside. Unable to get that one. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
One shot. I mean, he was great in his last game. Clearly, he has not lost that love and feeling.
You can see the focus there. His desire is evident. All hugs and kisses right now.
The Heat making a switch here. Richardson's checked in. The Thunder have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this one.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
Dragic gets the bucket.
You just can't leave Goran Dragic open from the three-point line. He loves getting free from beyond the arc and letting it fly.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Sinks that one from the post. Westbrook's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, the shooting percentage is excellent so far, and without him, they might not have the lead like they do now.
Outside a screen, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers for Whiteside. He's putting up about 17 points, 14 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
1:22 left in the first half. Richardson, no luck.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yep, he got up ahead of steam, and no one could come over to stop him.
Westbrook against Dragic. That's tipped. And another fast break for Oklahoma City. Thunder running. Here's Adams, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
.41 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Whiteside, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And Hassan Whiteside signing a max contract to return to the Miami Heat this summer. What a dramatic change of fortune for a player, Greg, who'd bounced around early in his career.
And how about it, Kevin? I think he may be the first player in history to jump from making the NBA minimum to the NBA maximum in one season. He's going to be making 30 times more than he did last year. And who wouldn't like that kind of a pay raise?
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
I mean, there's no doubt that every offense thinks about Hassan Whiteside and what he can do to you on the defensive end of the floor. He bothers so many shots with his height and his length. His timing to go up and swat shots away is just unprecedented. Nice to have a big man in the league that does things like that on that end of the floor.
And how's that for some ups coming from that one?
Well, he is a rarity among NBA point guards in his ability to elevate.
Gotta love the fact that going vertical is a major part of what makes him so difficult as a point guard to defend, especially around the rim.
And Dragic has it in the corner. Cranes the three-pointer. Dragic has got a pair of triples in the second now for the Heat.
Really nice to see Dragic explore that aspect of his game. The catch-and-shoot J is simply deadly.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Oklahoma City out in front, ending the second quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what has to happen to pull out the win?
Well, we have to play through some of the tough times, okay, whether it's a missed call or whether missed shots. This is a passionate game, and we got to stay the course.
We'll see what happens. Thanks, Bo. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He had 21 points, 4 steals, and 1 assist. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
How good are these guys on the fast break? They're pushing the ball, finding the open man, finishing strong. They're at a breakneck pace, and if they can maintain this level of intensity in the second half, blowout city.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Heat?
They relied way too heavily on three-point shot in the first half. Their long-range game was off. That's my off sound, Ernie. They were off. But they still settle for the outside shots. They got to put more pressure on the defense by pounding it inside and attacking the basket.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Well, showed great discipline and only took good shots. So we'll see if he can keep that decision-making up here in the third.
The Heat shooting a disastrous 25% from the field so far. You think about great teams, they almost always have great leaders on the floor, and Brent, we can talk about some of the things that go into that.
Well, sometimes it doesn't come from the team's leader, but if I think about a team and vocal leader and combine all of those things into one, Chris Paul is a guy who, if you ever watch a Clipper game, he talks more than Doc Rivers.
I would agree.
It's the truth.
Well, we see it firsthand courtside.
If Chris Paul could do the pregame interviews with you, Kevin, he would. He just saves it all for the game action.
Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Grant is out there with Sabonis. And it's Adams in at the 5, home in the paint. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. It's Dragic with the drive and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And when you watch Dragic, the thing that sticks out is how easy it is for him to create something out of nothing, Brent. It's like he's seeing a different game at times.
Well, first of all, Kevin, he has the advantage of being a left-handed player, and it's always difficult to guard those. And then secondly, he uses his speed and his pull-up game with great effectiveness. That's why that field goal percentage for him has always been very, very efficient.
The first free throw is good.
And while Dragic doesn't get to the free throw line all that often, when he does, he's usually pretty good.
Both free throws good from Dragic. One item with Russell Westbrook and the big contract for Enes Kanter. The Thunder without a lot of financial wiggle room right now.
Well, with Westbrook, we've talked about how much on a nightly basis you're going to have a chance to win regular season games. But with the loss of Ibaka and Durant, it opens up a huge opportunity for a big man to step up and contribute. One of the things Billy Donovan has to be proud in what he saw last year was Steven Adams and his progression in the middle. Can Enes Kanter now become that guy to play consistently on the inside for OKC?
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Dishes it to Ellington. In the corner, it's McRoberts. Miami no good on that time either. The Thunder have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Grant gets a wide open look. Here's Westbrook.
Loose ball. Loose ball. Go the other way.
The Heat shooting about 26% out there. They need to get a better look. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems at times that Russell Westbrook can put up a triple-double at will. But he said, everybody thinks that I care about numbers and things like that, but I really don't. I don't think about who shoots, how many times I shoot. That really doesn't matter to me. I just like to win. All that matters is if we win. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A., one of the most competitive players in the NBA. For Miami, they have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Kanter comes in for Sabonis. And Chris Dunn's subbed in for Russell Westbrook. The Heat also with a sub. Johnson's checked in.
Nice stroke from the line by Whiteside. You know, he's only going to get better from there with some practice.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
To the paint. That's good from Johnson on the assist by Whiteside. Johnson's got his second basket.
Worked that one inside nicely.
And Kanter throws it down.
The sheer strength of Kanter really coming through there. Throws it down with intent.
The Heat have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Rockets the pass to Johnson. Right side a screen. Johnson kicks to Dragic. There's the pass to McRoberts. From outside, off the mark. Thunder have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field.
You see Billy Donovan out there on the sidelines, and you can't help but to think of all the success he's had as a coach already. Back-to-back titles in college. Essentially built that Florida basketball program into a powerhouse. He's hoping that he can bring some of that success translated to the NBA and get himself in title contending position.
And for Billy Donovan, I think that's one of the big reasons why he made the jump from college to the pros, Brent. He had nothing left to prove.
Well, one of the reasons why he decided to leave Florida as well, Kevin, was the fact that he really enjoyed the culture of what it is that Oklahoma City represented. There's no reason for Billy Donovan to leave that university unless he felt like the opportunity in front of him had a lot of boxes checked, and OKC did that.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Laverne, he's checked in for Steven Adams, and Anthony Morrow subbed in for Jeremy Grant. He's off on the second. Well, Brent, they say great offense beats great defense. It certainly is a tall task trying to stop the greats from scoring in this game. What is tougher from a defensive standpoint than to stop a great player? It just seems like there's so many different options and different ways a team or an individual can play them.
Defenses have to have the ability, Kevin, to make reads and get on the same page with regards to stopping the greatest players in the game. One player can't do it, so oftentimes we're talking about committing 2 defenders. What can the 3 guys on the back line of defense do against some of the game's greatest, and how is it that they can move on the string, read one another, and reassemble themselves within a possession? That is a tremendous skill that needs to be practiced, honed, and that's where great defenses gain confidence.
Well, I think communication probably is the priority when you begin that process.
It always starts with the talking, and that's where you see some of the greatest defenses have guys on the back line, the bigs pointing in certain directions, making sure they're directing traffic to make sure the problem areas on any possession are covered.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
All instinctual because he knows where he needs to go and then force the opponent to do something about it.
Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
All the officials are all over that.
Elbow. 2.
And this Thunder crowd, one thing that Brent always stands out, they are loud and they are in your face with the Thunder being so good ever since they came here from Seattle. I mean, they've got the entire pride of the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, Kevin, what's going to happen if this team ever has like a 500 record at one point. They've shared incredible success being here in Oklahoma City. Makes it a little tough if you're living in Seattle, continuing to see this team be competitive year after year.
Kyle Singler, he's checked in for Andre Robertson. Johnson kicks to Williams. Johnson the screen. Stripped away. Pass to Kristen. Somehow misses the one-handed flush. He'd have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Passes to Johnson. To the left side wing. 1:32 left to play in the third. 5 on the clock. Back to Williams. Baseline try. And the shot falls short this time.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
1:11 left in the third quarter. Pass to Magruder. Ball's knocked loose, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from.
It's pretty telling when you look at the shots they're missing from mid-range. Just not shooting a high enough percentage there, and it's hurting them. A lot of those misses have been heavily defended or with a high degree of difficulty. They need to take it inside, draw the contact, or get an easier look.
Johnson kicks to Richardson. Johnson dishes to Richardson. Tries a three. Got a piece of it. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor. Sabonis, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook comes in for Krista. And Miami also making a switch. Ellington's checked in. And it's the Heat with the ball. A shot by Johnson, no good.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Miami's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. And the basket is good.
Really led his teammate there. Never once did he have to break his stride or momentum.
Kicks it to Westbrook. This one for 3. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
Well, getting dangerous for the defense now. Russell Westbrook playing right now at ludicrous speed. All these points flowing.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. Shots good by Laverne.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Westbrook with the steal. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Thunder out in front, running away with this one. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
Now, well, the one thing this team can't do is play harder than us, okay? They're already racking up the offensive rebounds right now. They're racking them up.
Tired of giving up the extra possessions, in the words of Eric Spoelstra, asking for greater effort, especially on the defensive glass.
Yeah, there aren't many things more frustrating than getting the stops but not getting the ball back, something they have to fix.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth. Derek Williams is out there with Haslam. Then there's Dragic. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Babbitt in at the 3 slot. For 3, Richardson hits it from 3-point range. So it's the Thunder now. Here's Collison. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Now here's Richardson. Nobody near Williams. A 3-pointer, no good. Here's Abrinas. Doesn't go for him. Dragic with some nice D. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Richardson with it. Singler covering. Fires from deep. No good from Dragic. Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Singler, no good. Tipped away. Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Chris Dunn's checked in for Kyle Singler. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And given that Laverne is almost 7 feet tall, it's no surprise that he uses his length once he's deep down on the inside.
So it's Miami now. There's a good screen off the pick. No good off the back of the rim. The Thunder have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Yep, that one goes.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And turnovers have been the issue for them.
You can see the coaches have gotten into them a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Knocked away. And now it's Collison running. He can go all the way.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
Just doesn't matter tonight. You go inside, outside, half court, transition. They have executed with precision.
Here's Williams, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Thunder have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor.
It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better. He's a phenomenal finisher.
No doubt. His success converting around the rim is largely due to the one thing he does better than most, and that is fly.
Shoots from 12. The shot, no good. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Here's Abrinas. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yep, he got up ahead of steam, and no one could come over to stop him.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Haslam a screen. There's the dish to Babbitt. It's Richardson on the wing. He kicks it to Babbitt. The 3. It's good from long range.
And really no one trying to run him off that spot, so very calm as he drained that 3.
Here's Eustace, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. A different look for Miami. Reed comes in for Udonis Haslam. And it's Justin Winslow in for Luke Babbitt. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's the screen. Richardson kicks to Williams. Poked loose. Laverne with the steal. Morrow the pass to Eustace. The leaner inside. Again, Oklahoma City.
Put that pass right on target. Way to get your teammates involved.
And here's Richardson. Knocked loose. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court. and explosive.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Kristen. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. 1:49 left in the fourth. Al Richardson. A lot of international players coming to the NBA. Brent, the number have reached triple digits, about a quarter of the league now from overseas.
Amazing that NBA scouts and general managers continue to comb the globe to try to find the best available talent, and it still speaks to what it is that those club systems in the European countries are able to do with their younger players.
And I always think of the old coaches would go overseas, hold these camps, and get these kids at a very young age and teach them the principles of basketball.
And a lot of coaches, Kevin, are still looking at the fundamental elements of the game, and it seems like the European players are the ones that they always point to that are ahead of where we are here in the States.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Thunder.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one. And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Russell Westbrook. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Pass to Magruder, 6 to shoot. Trying his luck deep. Thunder with the rebound. Morrill kicks to Kristen. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And the basket by Morrill.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
A phenomenal effort level. These guys came in committed to dictating the action.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The first one falls. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Here's Kristen. Here's Cantor. 11 feet out, and he hits it.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders, Cantor also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook. He shot the ball with no fear in the second quarter, racked up a ton of points, and that scoring impact seemed to carry them the rest of the way.
What a huge lift he got from the crowd tonight. There's nothing those fans love more than seeing this guy get hot. And he was so hot, I got to get up right now, Ernie. My seat is hot.
He executed the game plan as a scorer. It was by design that the team was going to try to get him good shots, but it was going to be up to him to make those shots. But I don't think anyone thought that he'd make them at that high level of efficiency.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.